Good morning, guys. Welcome to part 2 of this 16 by 8 pond with intake bay and 6-foot long waterfalls. So basically where we left off yesterday is this whole pond and intake bay is basically wrapped up. We do have to do a few outcropping boulders around that vault, and then we just have to button up this edge right here. Our overflow is probably going to be going somewhere in this location. We're going to be making a dry well with some aqua blocks. Our goal for today is to get all this liner trimmed up and edged around this pond, get this dirt over here graded, and then basically move our job site over there so tomorrow we could start up that waterfall. Got a lot accomplished here. We have a lot of the pond basically completely done. Right here we have still our waterfall is missing because we don't have enough boulders to do the waterfall. So tomorrow morning we're going to be getting another load of rock. As you can tell, we just have this limited supply right over here, and that is just to finish off this retaining wall in the back. We just started that, but the pond is completely edged. We do have to get some more to 1 to 3 inch gravel to finish off graveling the pond. We have our 3/4 inch, but we'd like to make a nice blend so everything is just not homogeneous and it has more of a natural look to it. But right over here we have our intake bay basically buttoned up. We have this little liner right here because our overflow is going to be going out that way, and then right over there we left that open because tomorrow we have to bulkhead and get some hard pipe to continue to do plumbing, because our pond vault is actually right there underneath a couple of those stones and gravel. That's where our pump's going to be sitting. But that is basically it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to get that load of rock. We're going to finish that waterfall. Well, we're going to start the waterfall and hopefully finish it. And then, basically, all we have to do is clean up and plug this in. So stay tuned. Good morning, guys. Today is day 5. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's day 5. It's around 10 o'clock. We got a late start today because we had to pick up some rocks, so we spent some time in the rock yard picking out some nice rocks for this waterfall. What's better than moving a couple thousand pounds of rock at 8 in the morning? But Rob is still unloading some more rock. You can see all the way down there is our truck, and we can't fit through there. So what we're doing is we're going all the way around the house to this side just to dump it here so we can have it for the waterfalls. We already got about like 1.5 tons of rocks here and then here, and then we just got another 2.25 tons this morning. So I'm excited what we can build out of this pile of rocks, because the challenging thing with this waterfall is that the biofalls is set here, the pond is facing this shed. He is possibly going to make that a man cave, which if he does is great, but the main viewing area is from over here. So to get our falls to face the house, what we're trying to achieve over here is to get these rocks to be kind of like a pillar. So this one is going to basically frame out 2 waterfalls, one coming out of the biofalls and then one kind of coming over here, and we'll beach out this area so there is no obstructions of the rocks blocking any of the spillways. And this final spillway will of course go in the pond, causing all that water to move into the intake bay. So that is the most important thing when building a waterfall, because this is a large investment. The last thing we want to do is have that waterfall face away from the house, because as much time as they're going to spend out here with this pond, they're going to spend it inside that house most of the year, especially in Long Island when it's cold and rainy outside. When they don't want to be out here, they can still just have their windows open. Right there is actually their kitchen window, so when she's in the kitchen, she's going to have a perfect view of that waterfall. So stay tuned and see what we build. Welcome back, guys. I'm finally back here visiting this project. It's probably been a couple of days since we finished it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a customer reaction. He had a dental procedure, so it's understandable he didn't really want to be on camera, nonetheless really talk. But let me tell you, they are ecstatic with this pond. They love it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to landscape it, obviously. I would have loved to do that, but their landscaper is going to get the opportunity to do that. They're going to be reseeding the whole backyard, mulching the berm. But nonetheless, that's enough talking. Let me turn you guys around and give you the rundown of what we did here in this property in Levittown. So starting from the far end over here where our intake bay is, basically the details of this pond. It's an 8x16. We have an intake bay and we have an 8-foot long waterfall with a Waterfall 6000. Head to tail, this pond is about 32 feet. So from the start of that Waterfall to the end of right here is about 32 feet. From here to here, it's about 8 feet. And once again, recapping, the reason why we were kind of constrained to this area over here is because their kids like to play sports, so they want this to just be grass and open, basically an alley back and forth for them to just play and hang out. He is going to be putting a fence over here to prevent his kids from messing with his pond. As you can see, he has this tree up here as well as all these shrubs overhanging his fence. So just being here for like an hour, I already cleaned this out right before I started filming, and you can see already it's picked up some debris, so that's working perfectly. As you can tell, there is no debris inside the pond. Our intake bay is solely an alternative to having a skimmer. As you can see, this piece of leaf right here has fallen into the pond, and as it gets closer to this intake bay, it gets sucked right in. And this is just the collection area. This is where he takes his net, skims all this out. It is just an alternative to having a skimmer with a basket. Gives him a longer interval between cleanings. As you can see, he has a lot of shrubs up here as well as this tree, so leaves are constantly falling. Even though it's summer, you can see all the leaves along this side constantly falling in this pond. But if you look at the pond, there is no debris inside the pond. It all is in the skimmer. You can see over here, moving onto the pond, we have our fish cave right down here. It's underneath this large rock. It's about a 24-inch wide tunnel that runs to the edge of that pond, so he can fit a lot of fish in here. This pond is also 3 feet deep. We have a shelf that's 18 inches and then 36 inches. We have both our aerators running right here. We have one in the deep end to help circulate this pond during the summer, during the hot months. All this water in the deep section gets pushed up with this aerator, and then that waterfall pushes it all into that intake bay. So we are back here in Levittown, Long Island, visiting this 8x16 pond that we built a couple weeks ago, and everything was looking beautifully, but of course the one day I picked to come out here, it thunderstormed, and now the water's cloudy, but that doesn't matter. That's not going to stop us. We're going to still show you the final shots at night, so you guys can enjoy these. But that is it for today. We just saw some lightning, so we're gonna head out of here before it starts thunderstorming on us again. But I want to hear down below in the comments, what do you guys think about this project? Did we nail it? I want to hear what you guys... It's thundering, we're out of here.